Want to learn more about rural America? Watch CreekboxTV. TV.
Good evening, welcome to CreekboxTV TV, Backroad Sports, and we're here to talk some more football. I got my buddy Josh Lee, I'm Al Hanlon. We got Chase Daniels, he's the secondary coach and also the athletic director at the middle school. So Chase, we appreciate you taking the time to come sit and answer some questions for me, especially after Friday. You know, we played a good team, you know, and when you play good teams, that's what happens sometimes. And last year when this happened, we recovered and we went on to win 13 in a row. So we're hoping that we can do that again. What happened Friday?
Well, I don't think it was one thing in particular. Like you said, we did lose to a good team, arguably the best team in Class A. I think it was very hot and humid. I think Irwin was playing a few more kids than we were. That had a lot to do with it. But, I mean, hats off to them. I mean, you know, I think Buddy Nobles has been studying the single wing for a year since we celebrated on their field. And they were a little more hungry, I think, than we were.
That had a lot to do with it, I think.
I think that they, you know, the past two times that they've beaten us in the regular season, we've come back and celebrated at the end of the season. And I just think, you know, it was a big combination of a lot of things. I think our kids fought hard to begin with. I think that I was okay with the loss. I don't like losing, but the biggest, I don't want to say I'm okay with the loss, but the biggest thing that aggravated me is I think some of the kids kind of let up once.
We could tell. I mean, after the pick six, some of them did let up. Mm-hmm. And man, Chase, like you say, it's a perfect storm. We hadn't had to play 4 quarters of football all year. And to beat a team like Irwin, you have to.
That's right. I mean, they did some things, you know, they outmanned us in the trenches for the most part. It's not that they really outflanked us, they just manhandled us up front a few times. And like I said, I just think that they were so focused on beating us that they just, once they got the momentum, there wasn't no stopping them.
Well, Don said last Friday or Thursday night we did a Creek Box. Mm-hmm. Usually in a game like that, Chase probably knows for sure the maddest team is victorious, and like he said, celebrate on their home field or their home field to win state. And they probably remembered that, you know. And,
well, if they didn't remember it, their head coach did a good job of reminding them. I think he showed the actual celebration at least once a week in their weight room.
Well, now I noticed I was there early, and I let them in the back door. And when they got off the bus, there was no smiling. They was all business. They come to play.
They did,
and they were. You know, and it's hard it's hard to beat a team back to back. I mean, it's just hard. Not to take nothing away. Like I said, they're a good team, and I thought defensively we played good. You know, offensively they done a great job. We couldn't get the counter. They set on. You know, that's been our bread and butter all year. We've thrown the ball. We couldn't. You know, didn't have time to really set up and throw nothing. Friday night, Irwin just their defense just like you say manhandled us up front.
Yeah, and it didn't help. We had a few injuries. Tresman's thumb got messed up, so that took throwing ability out of him. So they knew anytime he was in the backfield, he was going to run. So, yeah, but they're, like I said, they're a great team, regardless of focus or whatever. I'd be very surprised if they weren't playing for another state championship.
That's right. I agree with you.
Well, hopefully y'all get another chance at them down the road and maybe can repeat.
That's right. That's right. I think we need to just, you know, not let it go, but let's refocus on Wilcox and let's take it week to week and get better and get in better shape and hopefully get a few more guys to build some depth and see what happens in the playoffs.
Well, now, how was practice Monday? I know everybody's egos are bruised, but usually, man, in years past when you get beat by a good team like that, you come out and y'all do a good job of putting it behind you, and then have a great practice. You know Is that kind of how it's been this week?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say put it behind us totally. We did go back and revisit the film, and we looked at the things that we did wrong, the alignments we messed up on, and a lot of things were just their athleticism, but you know, looking at the film, we were out a position a lot of times, and it wasn't all that they just whipped us, you know. I mean, there was a lot of times where we were out of position or took a bad angle, or you know, just things that we can correct. So, you know, we didn't necessarily put it behind us all the way, but we did. I was surprised by the attitude of the kids. They were real focused when they come out Monday.
Well, that's good. I know, looking the 3 big plays they had the pick 6. You know, we held them. They moved the ball on us in the first half, but we would buckle down about the 10 or 15. They couldn't get no points. Second half, that pick 6, that's a turnover. Then Tresman's running the ball and have that fumble. We're driving to score then, and they had that big pass play. Really the only long one, and that was perfect. I thought we were in pretty good shape. It was just perfect throw. I mean.
Well, you know, hats off again to them for capitalizing on a turnover, and they took a big shot. And I had Tyler Moorhead, which is one of my best coverage defensive backs, on anytime #1 for them, which I thought was their best wide receiver. Anytime he split out wide, I had Moorhead man him up. He was on the sideline cramping when they threw the big pass. So,
that's right.
You know, things just really shaped up and lined up for them. But you know, Tresman, I think, was averaging over 5 yards a carry before the fumble. You know, especially in the first half.
Yeah, he didn't run it 10 times. He ended up with over 100 yards, I think. So he was 10, 15 times. I don't know. But man, they were a good crowd. Josh, you was up there.
Yeah, we stayed. Good game, great atmosphere. They brought a lot of fans. Both fans' base was active. It was a good game.
Man, it was.
Momentum's huge in a game like that. And you talk about those 3 plays. Turning around the other way, it probably goes Homerville's way. It's just
we had a touchdown call back. They did too, you know.
Looking back at, I was just about to say, Moorhead's touchdown, they called back for illegal shift. We looked at the film.
That was the call? He wasn't on the line of scrimmage?
The referee said we had 2 people in motion at the snap of the ball, but that wasn't true. We looked back at the film, and who knows what happens in Class A football. You go up 10-0 with Irwin County, mainly a running team.
That's right.
The momentum's on your side.
That's right.
Who knows what happens? But
that's exactly right.
It was a quick game, I can tell you that. That was the quickest. It was a little over an hour, and we were at halftime. I mean, that was expected. Both teams, there wasn't a pass completed in the first half, I don't think.
I thought that stop we did, the first drive they got, and they drove in there, got definitely in the red zone.
They didn't end up with any points.
Didn't get any points off of it. Huge 4th down stop for home.
Yeah, they tried to run a pass play to hit Lundy out of the backfield on the flats, and Darius read it well and made a good tackle.
Well, we're going to take a quick break and hear a word from our sponsors, and we're going to come back and talk some more football. We'll be right back.
At Burt CPAs, helping small businesses is our business. We can help with accounting, tax, and audit services. We have offices in Homerville, Waycross, Alma, and Baxley. Burt's professionals are ready to serve you no matter your location. We're your team for accounting, bookkeeping, tax, and financial advice. In Homerville, call firm partner Adam Toll. Adam will tell you how Burt CPAs can help you.
Camping World of Valdosta, located in Lake Park, is your one-stop destination for all your camping needs. Stop by to see your dreams of quality time with your family become a reality. Whether it's tailgating with your air-conditioned camper, taking a trip to the mountains or beach with your family, or driving your motorhome to a faraway destination, Camping World has it all. Let us put you and your family in a camper for as little as $99 per month. And remember, when you buy a camper from Camping World of Valdosta, you receive a free Elite Good Sam membership, roadside assistance, and travel assist for 1 year.
Carter's Fried Chicken in Homerville has become the gold standard for fried chicken barbecue and catering. Carter's also offers a full menu of other tasty items and is open on Sunday. Thanks, Chad Brown, for making dining at Carter's a family tradition in Homerville. Go Panthers! Want to learn more about rural America? Watch CreekboxTV. TV.
Dairy Queen is a proud part of our local communities and is cheering our sports teams on to championship seasons. Drop by before and after the game to say hello to Mr. Ash and his entire crew and enjoy the full Dairy Queen menu, including our famous grilled burgers, artisan-style sandwiches, and chicken strips. Cool off with our renowned smoothies, slushies, malts, and iced coffees. Try our fabulous desserts and take an ice cream cake home for that special occasion, or just to treat the family. Dine in or take out at Dairy Queen locations in Homerville, Blackshear, Folkestone, and Fernandina Beach. See you at the DQ.
Homerville Feed and Seed can provide nearly all of your farming-related needs, including seed, corn, bulk fertilizer, herbicides, insecticides, and a large variety of other farm products. Evalie and Nick want to remind you that you do not have to shop out of town to find the lowest prices. Our prices are as low or lower than any of those out-of-town companies. Come by and let the friendly staff at Homerville Feed and Seed help you select the farm products you need at the lowest prices around.
Huddle up. That's right. Huddle up at the Huddle House in Homerville and Lakeland before or after the game. And if you can't make it to the game, watch all the live action here at the Huddle House. Remember, Huddle Houses of Homerville and Lakeland have a full menu with something for everyone, with prices that can't be beat. Whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner, 24 hours per day, Huddle House is a game-winning recipe for the entire family. Go Clinch County Panthers. Go Lanier County Bulldogs. And don't forget, huddle up at the Huddle House.
We thank you for tuning in on CreekBox with us tonight to watch the Clinch County Panthers. And you know, at the end of the day, it's all just a game. The only thing that matters in life is, do you know Jesus as your Lord and Savior? And the Bible says that whosoever calls upon the name of the Lord shall be saved.
Good evening. Welcome to Sports Talk. I'm Alan Hanley along with my buddy Josh Lee, and we got the defensive back coach and middle school athletic director, Coach Chase Daniels, with us tonight, man. We appreciate it, Coach Chase.
Thank y'all for letting me be here.
Yeah, Alan, like you said, I mean, defensive back coach, middle school athletic director, multiple hats. Got small schools, kind of like a small business.
That's exactly right.
Anything else. And Chase, we know you wear a lot of hats, always a busy guy. I seen some trucks up there Sunday night, y'all going over the film or getting ready for the next opponent. What do y'all do on a night like that? Is it looking forward or looking back or just according?
It's combination of both. And we come in, we have a staff meeting, we go over, we usually start previous Friday's game and talk about things that went well, things that went wrong, personnel, injury updates, just overall management type deals that we need to look at. And then we break apart offense. They watch their game from Friday night, and then the offensive coaches look at the opponent and see what they do on defense and see what they can take advantage of, things like that. And then same kind of thing defensively. We look at our film from Friday night and we correct mistakes, and then we look at the games from the upcoming opponent and try to figure out what they do on offense and how we need to line up the different formations and what kind of packages we need to implement, and things that'll help us be identify key players and just things that'll help us be successful hopefully on Friday night.
Yeah. We got Wilcox coming up this Friday, going to Rochelle. Be a little travel. If you go, if not, catch it here on CreekBox. But what's on a game? I know y'all leave, pretty early and get up there. Do you stop any on the way, or just kind of straight shot and get there and then get ready for the game?
And we'll stop and eat on that trip. Kind of depends on how long the trip is, how long it takes to get there, and things like that. Whether we eat before we leave or whether we eat on the road. But we'll stop and eat on the way to Rochelle, and we usually try to get there by about 5 o'clock, 5:30, and that gives us time to get dressed, walk the field, kind of get our legs up under us before we go out at 6:30 for specialties.
Gotcha. Well, man, looking at Wilcox, Chase, I know they've went through a coach's change this year. They've been a powerhouse in the years past, but they've been down 2 or 3 years. Now, I spoke to you earlier at practice day. You said they're a lot better than they've been in the years past.
Yeah, they competed, I think, a year or two ago in the middle school conference championship. And you think that doesn't matter much, but the team that we won state with last year won conference championship in middle school, and Wilcox, I think they came up short to Irwin in the middle school championship, but they've got some younger guys, a big sophomore class, a big junior class too, and they've got a new coach in, Coach Kofer, and he's had a big resume. You know, he's been successful everywhere he's been. Not too long ago, he had Bacon County where they were, you know, contending.
Oh,
for
he
playoffs.
was okay. I know. I remember him then. And they're 3-1. Is that
I was about to say their schedule.
Yep.
They look pretty.
Yep, they beat Lakeland, they beat Hawkinsville, they almost beat Berrien County over at Berrien.
led most of the game.
Came from behind, went, you know, made it close at the end, and came up short to Berrien, which is a bigger school.
And you got to go up there, and we're coming off that loss, you know.
It's always
So
hard.
you
to
know
go to
they're hungry.
Wilcox,
Target's
too.
on Clinch's back every game. You know, of the year.
Chase knows this. It doesn't matter. When you go to Wilcox, you can expect anything in Rochelle. I mean, they're going to play you tougher to begin with.
That's right.
Getting back to the meetings on Sunday, Chase was talking. Defensive meetings were always funner than offense, wasn't it? We always had a better time than the offensive coaches did.
I've been on both sides. I've been part of both meetings. You know, we try to enjoy. We really do enjoy going up on Sunday meetings. I've been at, you know, some schools where Sunday meetings kind of felt like a chore, but we enjoy. You know, we look forward to Sunday meetings.
You know, got a good group of coaches up there.
Right.
You kinda
That's
gotta
what makes
enjoy
it
doing
good.
it.
That's
for them
right.
to do
Got a
what
good
they do.
brotherhood.
They'll put a lot of time into you know kids' lives.
You're just like brother. Y'all work together. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
every one of the coaches, like Josh was saying, you wear many hats. You even drive the bus some, don't you?
Yep. Me and Rance Morgan and I, we got the lion's share of the bus driving.
I know Lee. He said he'll drive sometimes girls softball teams and
Lee
he's the head
will,
baseball coach.
and Jeremy Edwards does a good job of driving. You know, when he helps us out.
But getting back to Wilcox in the game Friday, are they going to run the ball more or pass it, or they try to keep it even, Chase?
They're pretty balanced. I would say 50-50. Their run formations, they do a lot of things where they do a lot of shifting. They utilize one or two blocking backs, is what we call them, fullbacks, halfbacks, whatever you want to call them. But they'll line up and they'll have, you know, blocking backs on each side, and then they'll shift and put both on one side, or they might take a pistol back and put them over there in a tight wishbone formation, and they you know, try to outflank you with a lot of shifting, a lot of formations, and then they throw out of almost every set that they have. So I mean, you can't really pick up on tendency and say when they're in this formation they're going to throw it, and when they're in this formation they're mainly going to run it. It's balanced.
Well, that's good coaching.
That is, yeah, that's good.
when
And
you
they
do
can
that.
shift without subbing. They'll go from, you know, 4 in the backfield to 5 wide.
That's what's hard, man.
That's what's hard.
You know, when you got to get that extra defensive back in, and Jim's got 5 defensive linemen in there that none of them can
6.
cover. Yeah. Hey, Big Craig in there, he's not going to help you in the pass game. Hey, well, we're going to take another quick break, and I hear a word from our sponsors, and we'll be right back, talk some more football.
Jerry J's is the best Boston butts and ribs around. Meat so tender and tasty that it practically melts in your mouth. We have a variety of home-cooked meals and the best breakfast in town. And don't forget about our barbecue sandwiches. Jerry J's can cater your event and looks forward to serving you in Homerville, Waycross, and Douglas. Oh yeah, if you can't make it to the game, drop by Jerry J's in Homerville to watch the game live on CreekboxTV TV while you enjoy one of the many items on our menu. Go Panthers!
Lee Engineering and Construction Company in DuPont, Georgia has been a part of the community since 1935 and is proud to support Clinch County athletics. The prayer of the entire Lee Engineering family is that our Lord and Savior will richly bless our schools, community, and nation.
Lutz, Brown, Piegler, and Manley Insurance Agency is locally owned, has been a part of the Homerville, Clinch County community for many years. Jeff Brown and Eric Lutz make it a priority to know their clients on a personal basis and take pride in customizing insurance coverage for the particular needs of each customer. They offer all lines of insurance, including auto, home, business, life insurance, annuities, and bonds. Lutz, Brown, Piegler, and Manley Insurance Agency, East Dame Avenue, Homerville. Go Panthers!
Since 1972, Popeyes has been serving up mouth-watering, delicious, hot, and mild fried chicken and chicken tenders from its Louisiana kitchen. You know about our great chicken, but have you tried our tasty seafood? All of our menu items come with a Southern style all their own. On your way to or after the game, stop by Popeyes and remember we can handle all your special event catering needs. Conveniently located on Memorial Drive in Waycross, Popeyes puts a piece of Louisiana in every single meal.
Hi, I'm David Johnson, pastor at Trinity Baptist Church. Man, Jesus has dramatically changed my life, and I want you to know He'll do the same for you if you'll give Him that opportunity.
Subway, the Corner Pantry, and the Argyle Food Market are locally owned by Mr. Nick Patel, who thanks the Clinch County Homerville communities for all their support. Subway, located on West Dame Avenue in Homerville, is the go-to place for nutritious, healthy food. Remember, Subway provides catering platters to feed all your hungry friends and relatives and to meet all your tailgating needs. Don't forget to drop by the Corner Pantry in Homerville and the Argyle Food Market and pick up all the items you need at the best discount prices in Clinch County. Nick Patel says, "Go Panthers!"
Want to learn more about rural America? Watch CreekboxTV. TV.
Good evening. I'm Alan Hanley. Welcome back to Creek Box. We're sitting here. I'm here with Chase and Chase Daniels and Josh Lee, and we're talking about college football.
Y'all forgive us. Lexi's in the house and got some good food and candy. She said cupcakes a while ago. I thought me and Chase was going to pull the mic off of her.
All right. But we were talking about college football and the point spread, and we got Chase Daniels. If y'all, and I'm sure everyone knows you're an Alabama fan. They have to. And you've been able to walk around the strip for the last 7-8 years. And Alabama, I don't know. I think there's 2 teams that can play with Alabama, and I think that's Georgia's one of them. Well, there's 3, Georgia, Clemson, and Ohio State. Them would be my 3 that the coaches that would cause Alabama problems, I think.
Well, it's like I tell all my Georgia fans, buddies, Georgia fans. Unfortunately, Georgia's great. They're the number 2 team in the country, and rightfully so.
That's right.
But in my opinion, this year, more than any other, the distance between 1 and 2 is large, and it's getting larger.
Yeah.
Alabama's just a different team. With that offense now, they can score 50. 3 games in a row, scoring 50 or more. It's just, man, I don't know.
And we were talking
it's
about
Alabama, then it's everybody else, right?
And you said the spread's 27. Alabama at A&M. I wouldn't be scared to take Bama. I'm telling you, Alabama at home is a different monster. Now, if they were at A&M,
that's right.
But
Alabama can beat you in every facet of the game, special teams, defense, and offense. They can score on all 3 of them, and they probably will.
And A&M's going to be good in 2 or 3 years. He's got them headed in the right direction.
Well, you can see the difference. Jimbo Fisher from leaving Florida State and going to Texas A&M. It's like a light switch at both places.
Man, I'm telling you, that's the biggest surprise
of the year.
Is Florida State. I don't know what the spread was last week.
It was actually a close game because the odds makers have adjusted it to the Florida, how Florida State's playing. But Samford almost pulled them out, and then Mercer beat Samford. I mean, it's just, I don't know. No coaching down there right now.
And another surprise you talk about Florida to me is LSU.
Well, that's what when y'all were talking about.
The coach I thought would be on the hot seat.
Yeah, and look at him now, man. I do think LSU could pose a little problem maybe to Bama because LSU can grind.
Match up.
That's right.
And where's that game played at, Chase?
It's in LSU.
See,
so that would
LSU looks out. They get Georgia and Alabama at home. So
that'll be a great game, that Georgia LSU.
Yeah.
Auburn's always going to pose a threat.
Yeah, and Auburn,
they had
lost this weekend. They had a game 1, and just,
they did.
Then hit that field goal.
One good thing is they have to come to Tuscaloosa, so that's kind of.
That's big. I think they flop it every time wherever the home team is.
What's interesting to me this year, and you can kind of see it, it's going to a head. I personally think it's going to be Alabama cakewalking in the West and Georgia cakewalking in the East. I mean, there's just nobody to.
But is it going to be enough? Say if Alabama beats Georgia, will Alabama like last year, or will Georgia get to stay in it?
Last year Auburn didn't, but Auburn had a couple losses.
That's right.
I think both of them's going to have to go undefeated and then have a great SEC championship game to get in. But you got 4 teams now with the playoffs, so they could probably.
But
get
and
back
you
in
look at Ohio State's conference, man. Wisconsin got beat this weekend. I mean, Ohio State and Penn State should have got beat.
And they get Urban Meyer back too.
That's
right. And Ohio State's got a real good team. They really do.
Really good.
But now Bosa's, how long is he out? Is he out? He got hurt. I don't know if he's out for any extended amount of time. But.
And you got Washington on the West Coast. They already have a loss to Auburn. So I mean, I'm just looking down the road. who would be the 4 if
potential.
something slipped up, and that's still, I'd have to say the SEC.
Oklahoma looks pretty good.
Oklahoma, now they do.
West Virginia, I'm telling you, West Virginia's a surprise team to me. That Dana Oglesby, he'll throw the ball around. They score some points.
Yeah, defense is always,
They don't even care about playing defense.
They'll lose to somebody they're not supposed to
lose
and
to.
beat teams that they
shouldn't.
That's right.
Notre Dame keeps winning.
They do.
I just
And
don't see
I
that
think-
happening, man.
Well, Notre Dame's got through what most considered the harder part of their
Hard part of the
schedule,
schedule,
and they're
I mean,
undefeated. So
With Notre Dame, I've noticed they kind of play to their talent level.
Now, I guess you're right because Vandy, man, Vandy pushed them right to the end, but they've
Vandy's
won
not
3
bad.
games.
Kentucky's not bad.
yeah, they're that
I
big
mean,
was.
but they're-
We're gonna find out
No,
how
I
good
do.
Kentucky is
Well,
Saturday.
we were talking about that earlier. Mississippi State Kentucky game
That's
this
right.
weekend.
We'll see.
We'll see how good Kentucky is this weekend. But their
And-
quarterback is very agile, very mobile. It's tough to defend him.
And man, Georgia's got a great team, but man, when you go to Missouri and play at 12 o'clock, you cannot overlook Missouri
And
They
because
got that
that's
high-powered offense too.
they'll just throw it up and them big receivers will
I
catch
think
it.
Georgia leans on them, and
Georgia's
it might be
just too
tight for
much.
a half, but in the second half, Georgia
And-
runs away with it.
Now, previous Georgia teams under Mark Richt, Jay already have one loss. South Carolina would have beat that team, but that would be you would be worried going to Missouri. But they're in a new era, man. Kirby Smart's he's legit. I mean,
Oh man, he is. I mean,
he'll have them ready
He's
to go.
recruiting too.
Yes, he's
Well,
building a program.
Well, you look at the programs we just all spoke about, and the recruiting. I mean, that's why they're good. It's in recruiting. I mean,
Yep,
you
and-
take Florida. That's why we're down.
Oh yeah, got to
You know,
definitely recruit.
we're getting better, and going to
You
get
can't
there.
just recruit skill players. You got to
That's
get
right.
offensive line, defensive line. But talking about recruiting in college football and all that, Chase, I know you probably got to watch some of the game Charles and Taj played, and
Absolutely.
man,
That
what
was
a
great,
game!
wasn't it?
And I failed to mention him last week, Chancey, but man, what a game he had
Yeah,
I think Chancey had 2 sacks this week.
on national TV.
And
Got
that
Nick
guy that he was
Fitzgerald.
blocking was about 350 pounds.
and
I
just
think.
go around him so
He
quick.
did.
Chancey's actually coming to Tuscaloosa this year.
Is he? Dang.
Well, man, that is.
Louisiana Lafayette comes to
And
Tuscaloosa.
cool. And then Charles, I noticed he's coming to Orlando to play Central Florida. So that'd be.
And what did
too
he
bad.
end up with Saturday? He had like 100 yards,
I
didn't
think
he?
he had 121, 126 yards, something like that. And he was player of the game.
Yeah, got a touchdown.
Got to beat on the drum.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I
seen that. I seen that.
Yeah, that's pretty neat.
And then did the other one get to play?
Taj, yeah.
Taj?
And John Mincy got to play at Tennessee and had a few tackles this
He
week.
did. He did.
Man, that's awesome.
And man,
Y'all put some kids to the next level.
I hope we get to see him Saturday play against Florida.
Yeah.
See, I think he's going. Man, he looks so much bigger down
Yeah.
there now.
His legs, to me, have just his thighs have filled out so much.
Well, with the new rule they got in place about the red shirt, you can play 4 games.
4 games.
Still get your red shirt, so you get to see a lot of these guys play in their first year, and I think sometimes it may help a kid to get that red shirt if he's willing to accept it and get better and go on. But it gives you a chance to evaluate them even better.
Well, it's just going to be another exciting Friday and Saturday. This is such an exciting time in South Georgia when you have football season.
Well, if your team's good, it is, Alan. But I'm already looking forward to deer hunting season. I mean, really, got some nice bucks on camera, I guess.
I mean, this is going to sound kind of bad, but it's almost getting boring to watch Alabama.
Well, I
wish I
turned
knew
it
that
was-
feeling, don't
It
you,
was
Alan?
7-0. I said, man, look at here. And then it was 62-7.
They didn't. They scored in the first 10 seconds of the game. Didn't score again, not even a field goal, and almost 50 points at halftime. Here's the thing about Tua. The most shocking stat to me, he's perfect on 3rd down conversions.
I agree.
I
with
think
you.
it's 12 for 12 or something
didn't
on
know
3rd
that.
down conversions. And
Wow.
I think that of the drives that he's started, Alabama has an 80-something% scoring.
That's right. I mean, yeah.
I mean, it's,
And then Chase is like me and like Josh. When Alabama loses, everybody will call you, just like with Florida, with me and
Well, it
Josh.
used to be like that, and they don't
Yeah,
call him more.
I know
They
it.
got used to Florida.
Frankie will call, say, what we going to do,
there that is.
Yeah, we'll be playing. We'll play Alabama, and he'll call. What we gonna do, bro?
Yeah,
Frankie, they gonna
ain't
have
nothing you can do. Don't show up. We appreciate y'all tuning in to a Sports Talk and remind everybody we got a great game coming up. Clinch County is at Wilcox County. Ought to be an exciting game. Y'all tune in. And Chase, we appreciate you coming. Josh, brother, we'll see y'all next week.
Thank y'all.
Want to learn more about rural America? Watch CreekboxTV.